So just pulled up to our first destination here, Community Aid. Take a look at the freaking thermometer. It's 100 degrees. It's not supposed to be 100 degrees in Pennsylvania. I also ate a little bit too much at Olive Garden, but we're gonna power through that and we're gonna get in the store and we're gonna find the best stuff that they have. So I plan to hit a few more stores today. This is the first one of the day. I'm checking out the Community Aid. So hopefully we find something good. I'll meet you inside. So I'm up front now looking at their collectibles. This is kind of where they stick everything that they think might be good. It's one of my favorite spots to look. You never know what you're gonna find. Sometimes you can get a deal on good electronics. Let you guys know if you find anything cool. So we're looking at the kitchen gadgets right now, and I was looking down in here. Can you guys tell me what's wrong with this picture? What's out of place? Right here, look at that there. Now unfortunately I went 10 bucks for it, but this is actually a trumpet wah-wah mute. You stick that in the bell of the trumpet. You can change a tone for different types of songs and whatever tone you're looking for. It's pretty cool, but I don't think it's worth 10 bucks, but it definitely does not belong in the kitchenware. It's kind of funny. So I was looking through the glassware section and noticed that they had a lot of different types of Pyrex in there, and I usually don't like glassware too much, but I know Pyrex sells pretty good. So I went through and looked and I found these two Pyrex refrigerator dishes, and the paint is still good on them and the design is still, you know, you can still see it really well. It wasn't washed off from the dishwasher, and they want 5 bucks for them. After looking them up, I think I can make some money on them, but they're definitely gonna go in the cart, and we're gonna take them. So when you're out thrifting or antiquing, you're gonna run into a lot of these. These are insulators. They used to go on top of the telephone poles to wrap the wires around and insulate them. You will see a lot of the light blue ones like this or clear ones, and they're very common. They're really not worth much of anything. But if you're ever out and you see a purple one, or so purple that they even look black, those are pretty desirable, and it's usually an easy $50 or more. So keep your eyes open for those. Otherwise, I would advise stay away from these for the most part. I mean, look them up, do your due diligence, but that's what I would say. So that's now one store down. We're gonna head on over to the next one, which I think is gonna be a Goodwill. I only found one thing. I found those Pyrex dishes. Mom found a cool little Tinkerbell figurine that she thinks she can make some money on, but now it's going to Goodwill. So we're at the Goodwill here, and I'll just bebopping down this aisle, and I found a Salvation Army mug at the Goodwill. What is this? What is the world coming to? Holy crap. With the Goodwill price. They don't think much of Salvation Army. It's only 97 cents. So I'm thinking so far this is the best find of the day. This is a Grace Digital Internet Radio Media Streamer. Now this is pretty cool. Unfortunately it's missing the power cord, but it's a simple 12-volt DC power adapter. They want 5 bucks for it. I saw on eBay someone sold one with the remote though for 75 bucks. So I'm hoping that we can still squeeze about 50 bucks out of this. Hopefully it works. I'm going to take a gamble on that, but Goodwill, the nice thing, if it doesn't work, you can bring it back. So, well, actually this one's sold as is, so this is just a total gamble, but 5 bucks for a potential return of 50, that's a pretty good deal. I'm going to definitely put this in the cart. I was going down my favorite aisle, the toy aisle, because who doesn't like cool toys? I found this really neat old, it's not old, but I had one when I was younger, the Play-Doh Monster Truck Mold and Mash Kit. And I'm going to see if it's all there. If it's all there, I'm definitely going to snag this. Play-Doh sets are really good for the most part. You always want to pay attention to those, but I only want 2 bucks for it. That's definitely going in the cart.
Good, how about you?
So I just broke their seal. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Let's see if it's all here. So there's a top to the mold masher. 2 molds, that's a good sign. Had the monster truck down in there and the 4 tops, but we are missing the bottom part of the mold masher, and that's why you have to sometimes open these things up and take a look and make sure the parts aren't worth anything special. But otherwise I'm gonna have to pass, unfortunately. This was one of my favorite Play-Doh things growing up, because who doesn't love crushing cars, right? So unless I change my mind, it's going right back on the shelf. So after all that, I decided to get that Play-Doh. I just found this old kind of cool vintage Stratego game. That's one of the games you want to be on the lookout for. This is the regular Stratego. It still sells for about 15 bucks. But if you come across any of the ones from movies, I know they're a little better than the regular Stratego games, but I opened it up here. That looks complete to me. So we're going to snag that for 2 bucks. Can't say no to that one. Just like I said at the other store here, here's some more insulators. You're going to see a lot of them. These ones even have nice bubbles in them and are marked New York, but they are just so common that they're a no-go. There's even some more right over here. No purple ones though. But man, I have seen piles the size of tractor trailers of these things. I'm not even kidding. So I was walking down the yellow aisle this time, and I found this really cool vintage 1960s flour garbage can. It's made by a company called Fesco, F-E-S-C-O. You probably are not going to be able to see that, but that's an easy 20-25 bucks there. They only want $1 for it. This Goodwill is really panning out this time. This is a lot of fun. So just looking down the glassware here, and this caught my eye since it is new, but this is a Whistler stovetop glass tea kettle right there. They only want 2 bucks for it. I had a little bit of trouble finding one that had this type of this style of grip on it, that has these little serrations to make it a little easier to grab, but I did find it, and someone actually got 18 bucks for that one. So 2 bucks, I'm definitely gonna snag that. I'd be happy even if we made just 10 bucks on that. So another find going right in the cart. So that Goodwill really panned out today. We have a big old armful of treasures here. Hopefully we're going to make some good money on that one. That was a good haul. Hopefully the Salvation Army is going to be the same story. So before we hit up Salvation Army, we stopped at my favorite place to get a cold drink. That's Royal Farms. It's 2019. Chickapalooza is fully underway. Over there you have your big old chicken, and we're going to get ourselves a 99-cent cold drink. So this Salvation Army in the past, I've had pretty good luck with finding games here. I was looking through here and I found a blank case, and I'm glad I grabbed it because this is a copy of Godzilla for PlayStation 2. This one's Godzilla Save the Earth. It's actually a pretty hard game to find. It's probably an easy 20 bucks even without the case, so I'm really glad I looked in that one. We're going to keep going through here and see what else we can find. So once again at this store we are in my favorite aisle, the toy aisle. It's definitely one of my favorites. Looking for old cool toys. Always find the cheap VR sets and all that stuff. There's some kind of Lego Fisher Price knockoff. Always want to be on the lookout for real Legos. Those usually do well, but everyone knows that. Mind Flex, we'll take a look. But I will be sure to show you guys if I find something cool. I just found this pretty cool Mattel Mind Flex game. Now unfortunately this is a single player one. If this was Mind Flex Dual, you'd be talking about 100 bucks, but the only way this would be really worth something is if it was still sealed. But that's a really cool game. But always be on the lookout for Mind Flex Dual. I feel like a lot of people forget to look in plush bins at these Goodwills and Salvation Armies. Sometimes plush can be really worth a pretty penny. And I've toyed with the idea, get it toyed, with the idea of putting a claw machine in somewhere. And when I looked at the cost of plush, I was kind of surprised how much licensed plush is worth. I'm talking like those minions and all that stuff you see on claw machines. You'll be spending $4 or $5 a piece for those things, even in bulk. So it's definitely worth a look. See what you can find. See if you can find any Mario or Luigi or anything like that. And if you do find any, might be worth looking up. Otherwise, it's a good place to also come and find some cool toys for your little buddy or your dog. So I was walking down the aisle here and I saw these and I got really excited. I thought these were real AK mags at first, just for a split second, but then I saw the BBs and realized that it wasn't. But I just got a new AK in real life and I was shocked. I never expected to see something like that at Salvation Army, and alas, it wasn't. It was just for airsoft. I did find them online. They only go for about 10 bucks a piece, and that's new, so I'm going to pass on them. Plus, they're not compatible with every airsoft gun, so I'm not interested. I do play airsoft, but I'm not interested in them. They want $4 bucks too. Someone will pick them up, but let's keep on looking. So I just found this big old Sentry lockbox there, fireproof box. I was looking at it. I don't really want it. I never really did, but I was shocked by the price. They want $99 for it and 99 cents, so they want 100 bucks. And I bet you in the store that's probably around $100 new. Some of these prices at these stores are really getting to be outrageous. I mean, considering the stuff's donated, you really have to dig deep in order to find the good bargains. But we're going to still hit up the rest of the store there. Also going to go way up front there. Maybe I'll look at the clothing a little bit, see if we find any military clothing. Otherwise, yeah, I think some of these prices, they're getting to be outrageous. And I've heard complaints from other people too. Considering the stuff's donated, I think it's outrageous. So I found another whistling kettle at this one here, but this one's been heavily used. But that's the type of handle that I said about that I kept finding. That other one I got was more of that gripped texture, and it was white and brand new. So that's why I bought that one, but we're gonna pass on that. Here's just another example of what the dishwasher does to Pyrex. These are a nice set of 3 nesting Cinderella Pyrex bowls, and this one here even has a nice little design on it. It has that daisy or sunflower design. We'd have no trouble selling them, and they're only $2.99, but just look what the dishwasher does. It absolutely washes out the design and the paint on these things. They're still good bowls, you can still use them, but man, it's a shame how destroyed they get. So I was going down this aisle, and I will tell you what, today has been a Pyrex kind of day. Must be when it's 100 degrees outside, go to your Goodwills, you'll find Pyrex. I've seen so much of it today, and usually you're lucky if you find 1 or 2 pieces, but this here is Pyrex Homestead design, and we have a set of 4 Cinderella nesting bowls in there, and the colors are still great on that. They only want $10 for it. I think this is definitely an easy profit on this one. I'd say we could probably squeeze $50 or more out of this set. So I'm really happy with that. I don't know if I'm going to sell it on eBay or if I'm going to just run it through my auction, because I have some buyers that really love Pyrex, but that is going in the cart. So that's going to do it for today's video. We hit up 3 stores in total, and we actually made out like a bandit. We got a whole car full of stuff to sell. So if you're interested in seeing how much we made from today's haul, please be sure to watch the wrap-up video. If not, I understand, but please do consider subscribing and checking out my other videos. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can start getting paid for these videos. Otherwise, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you have a very nice day. Stay cool, because it's pretty hot today.